Trump plans ticketed access area for VIPs, friends, and family at July 4th celebration. Plans by President Trump to reshape Washington's Independence Day celebration now include an area in front of the Lincoln Memorial reserved for dignitaries, family, and friends that will be accessible only through tickets distributed by the White House. The VIP section will stretch roughly from the steps of the memorial to the midpoint of the reflecting pool, according to the U.S. Secret Service. It is the area. The revamped festivities will include an added fireworks show, military bands, and flyovers by Air Force One, the Blue Angels, and aircraft from all branches of the military. However, some details including how the VIP section will operate and how it will impact the access and sight line for the general viewing area still are unclear. Many folks who have long-standing practices for how they get downtown or where they position their boats for the best vantage points and ease of access will need to adjust their traditions. Even travelers, local and federal officials on Friday held a news conference to address security issues and deliver updates on the plans still unfurling just days before usually large crowds descend on the mall from across the region and the country. The ongoing shifts to what had been established security and crowd control protocols have left officials in the district and some federal agencies confused about logistics as basic as what metro stops and roads might be open or closed, and for what period, and how many fireworks displays will launch. On Friday morning, bleachers had been set up on the plaza below the Lincoln Memorial, and workers were erecting other structures. Seats faced away. Representatives from the Secret Service and the Interior Department referred questions about tickets to the VIP area and how to obtain them to the White House, which said only that the tickets were free. The prime seating, the ramifications of adding the president's speech to the July 4 lineup, adding another fireworks show and shifting the fireworks location already were having a sooner than expected impact. In West Potomac Park, softball fields were fenced off Friday morning, a day earlier than had been announced, while 36 portable spotlights were parked along Ohio Drive. A crew from come July 4th, the Arlington Memorial Bridge, a major thoroughfare that was open in the past on the holiday, will be closed for the day, cutting off people trying to drive into the district from Arlington National Cemetery and other nearby points. Transportation also, because of the shift in the fireworks launch, boaters accustomed to anchoring between the Theodore Roosevelt Bridge and the Arlington Memorial Bridge will be moved to an area on the west side of the Potomac River near the 14th Street Bridge. The flyovers could affect people using Reagan National Airport. Matthew Miller said agencies have been coordinating this now for 3 weeks with the Department of Defense, the Federal Aviation Administration, and the Metropolitan Washington Airports Authority to minimize potential delays. A spokesman for still unanswered is whether the activist group Code Pink can fly its Baby Trump protest balloon, and where. Helium balloons. Jeff Reinbold, the National Park Service Superintendent for the National Mall and Memorial Parks, said the group might be able to use cold air to keep the balloon low to the ground and avoid restricted airspace. Cold air is used. What was clear after Friday's news conference is that the president's vision for a grand affair, with elements of the military-style parade he has long sought and local officials have resisted, seems to be coming together. Delaware. Eleanor Holmes North, on Friday, Bowser, and D.C. Police Chief Pete, with July 4th expected to be very hot, very hot, Bowser said, they urged people to frequently check the government website www.dc.gov/Fort Hoffuli and text JULY4DC to 888-777 to receive alerts to help navigate the day. Reinbold, the Park Service Superintendent, said the first fireworks show will go off at 9:07 p.m. The fireworks he said spectators will see 35 minutes of fireworks, longer than in past years. It will be he said the best place to view the fireworks will be the mall, because you'll get to see both shows. Felix Phil Grucci Jr., president of Grucci Fireworks, which is putting on the first display behind the Lincoln Memorial, said in an interview that a team of over 30 pyrotechnicians had started working June 24 to assemble the display off-site. Equipment will be moved. Grucci's firm launched fireworks on the mall in 1991 for the Park Service and has done shows for every presidential inauguration that had pyrotechnics since Ronald Reagan. Our performance area is now about a mile wide in the sky, Grucci said. Asked how many pyrotechnics were involved, Grucci demurred. It's almost like Josh Dawsey, Lori Aratani, and Laurel Demkovich contributed to this report.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.